Radio. Okay. Good morning, chat. I hope you guys are doing well. Good morning. Let me just check everything's up. Let's see YouTube as well. Yeah, we're good. We good. Right. Okay, guys. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. So, has been a while, but basically I decided to take pretty much June off. As June was a little bit slower on most months, comparing to most months, sorry. So, yeah. But now back in business. Last week was a huge week for news. We had the UK elections. We obviously had NFP as well. So yeah, nice week to get past you, and then this week is where you can start to look, and it'll hopefully help you out. So yeah, first things first, let's take a look then at the news for today. I don't think there's much today, is there? Normally isn't on a Monday. No, yeah, we're all good for today. Only yellow folders showing that the news is a little bit slower and small today. That's fine. So that's all good. Hunky dory means that I don't have to worry about areas in the day that are going to cause some issues. So it's 7:36. So it's probably best to have a look at the charts now. So first things first for me. Obviously, wow, GJ is very bullish. We have been for a while now. Yeah, very nice. The monthly candle in July actually made quite a nice low wick as well. Re-broke the high, which is great. Looking like we're starting to stall a little bit, obviously due to the news coming out with a new government as well, showing a little bit of a pullback. But yeah, you can see there's obviously daily resistance here, and there's not much else you've got to base your levels on, because we're at the all-time highs. So taking a look at the 4-hour here, you can start to see there is a little bit of a zone. We have 4-hour supports down here. Let me just try these on. Like this. But then we also have a little minor one here. But this is the kind of range we're playing in right now. So if you look on the hourly time frame, take a look at the 30 as well, you can see Asian session pulled back. We do have major levels of support all the way down to these levels here. So you can see that we've reacted on that. Well, what time was that at? Yeah, 4 a.m. And now looking like this hourly candle is very much likely going to go push back up to 206, which is rather nice. Let's take a look then at the 30. So in terms of the 30-minute, yeah, this is kind of the zone we're looking at. Okay, so we have a resistance here, we had support here, we had a little bit of resistance and support here as well, and now we're actually above this level. So you can see price came down, held its support. Here we've closed above, made a big rejection wick, and now we're starting to break the high. So, in terms of taking a trade here to go push up back into that other zone, it does look pretty good. Yeah, it looks very good. So how big would this zone be? Let's take a look and see. So if I got in here, yeah, it's 22 pips. It's not bad. And this would be the hourly reflipping. The 4-hour breaking up. Yeah, this looks good. So I'm going to be looking to get into this if I don't miss it. A little bit sniffly. So in terms of stops, you've got to look and see. Well, it's got to be below this zone. So actually, below these wicks at 205.598, you're actually looking pretty good to go. Okay, so I've just executed in a trade over here. My stop loss is going to be below, and I'm going to look to target the Asian highs, but also to fill this gap up here into this resistance here, which is 206. Okay. So yeah, my price I got in was 870, so right around here. Okay, so where would I really go break even? I mean, looking at the 15, the next port of resistance is probably here, right? Resistance here, we have resistance here, yeah, that's fine. So probably 965 would be where I want to go break even. No. What pair is this? This is GJ, yeah. Mr. GJ. Mr. GJ. Yeah, looking to fill back up to the 206 level, which would be great. My stop loss is below these wicks here, because theoretically now we shouldn't break that level. So we'll see for this. Let's take a look at Goldie then, whilst we are waiting here. Wow, yeah, Goldie was the last couple of days I was watching it. Yeah, we were squeezing and then we broke out really hard, which is nice. So in terms of gold, obviously we're bullish. Yeah, it's quite interesting. These candles for a while have been pretty bullish, both GJ and gold. So it has been interesting just taking buys constantly, pretty much. But yeah, looking at the monthly candle, you can see we've got 23 days left. We've already broke the high of the previous monthly candle, so that's nice. Looking to probably fill these wicks, right? Back up to 2450. Still very, very bullish. So this previous weekly candle, you can see we closed bullish, very strong. Did close a little bit of resistance here, but nevertheless, we do know we've got some significant levels of support here. Which makes it easy for you because you know you can't take sells there, right? You can't take sells anywhere near 2285 or 2300. This is very, very strong areas. Okay. What's the best way to get into trading? Just go on live streams, bro. Yeah, stay away from Instagram. Just go on live streams. Watch people do it. It's the best way to do it, brother. And yeah, you've got to find a strategy that, you know, works for you. You've always got to adapt. So that's pretty much it, brother. Yeah, what I've noticed recently as well is I'm definitely still trying to get to the point where I'm not taking any losers from a winning position. So that will be, you know, go and break even instead of getting back into drawdown. That happened a couple of times, probably in May, I think. So, you know, I don't want to get things to go back into drawdown. I'd rather just take the break even. Okay, so we're pushing here, which is great. We're pushing P. She's good. And this is only a minor res as well, which is great. So hopefully we do have the volume to go fill this gap over here. and that would be us great. Funded accounts worth it? Well, obviously, you know, they are worth it if you can get a hold of one, but it does take a lot of discipline and also a bit of luck as well, right? So, and also the brokers there, you know, just remember what a funded, you know, business is, right? They don't want you to win. So do remember that, right? They are against you. So if there's anything they'd wanted to be, you know, to do that would make him against you, they would do it, right? Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to go stop loss to break even here. This is a risk-free trade for this morning. Okay. Risk-free trade that I'm going to look to probably close above here. We'll see how it pushes. Ooh, 15 no bottom wick. Interesting. We're flying though. Right at 206. Yeah, boy. So the 50-minute candle, still no bottom wick. Looking like it's probably going to go make one. I'd rather it didn't. And then we'll take a look in gold in a second. I'm just managing this position, guys. It won't be too long. And yeah, this is called out in the Telegram as well, which is back up and running after my July little gap. Yeah, I've decided to, not July, I've decided to just leave June, really. The last, like, I decided that, like, in January this year. My birthday month, and, like, it's normally a little bit naff. Push, boy! Push a P, boy! Okay, so, you know, I want kind of all of these gains, but I also don't want to get break even. I do want to have some money over here, so I'm going to start to manage accordingly. Because this 15 may have to come down. So we'll just wait about. But yeah, a break-even trade is always better than a losing trade. Remember that. So get used to taking break-evens. Find what your comfort level is, but just make it a little bit easier. You remember when you're a break-even, the stress is off the table, right? The position is free. So, but you've got to get that balance between go break-even a bit too early and knowing it could pull back. Like, I know well here that, you know, GJ could theoretically make a lower wick like this and then do it. But I'm not bothered. Okay, so this is giving me the push. And I'm going to close very shortly. Drive, brother, drive. So, you know, looking to the left-hand side, where should I close realistically? Well, you know, it is coming towards this level right here, and we are at 206. So, it's anywhere you possibly want. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. The reason why I want to close is because we're also at this 206 level. Just a psychological level. I was only at that 206 level for a very small amount of time. Thoughts on order blocks? Yeah, I mean, I look at them. I don't really know. I don't trade them, but it's always interesting to see them potentially work out every so often. But I won't base my trading on that though, because sometimes they don't work. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna close full here. So I've actually closed now. Mainly for the fact we're at 206, but also because coming towards 8 o'clock. Okay, and you know, this is something interesting. So I closed. Let me just show you. I closed here. So the reason why I closed is because, you know, we got my push that I wanted. Look to the left hand side. Where do we come with resistance? Right around here. Also, the 50-minute candle, if you look at the 50-minute before, the 50-minute candle didn't have a bottom wick. Okay, still doesn't have a bottom wick. So there's still a high percentage chance it's going to go make a bottom wick. There we go. Just made the bottom wick. Okay, so if I'm in a position where we're at a resistance, my candle that I'm on doesn't have a bottom wick, and also we have 9 minutes left for the hourly. Okay, now what this means is if you have 9 minutes left for the hourly, okay, when this candle closes, if you look at hourly candles, for the most part they make lower wicks, and they can be quite aggressive at the start of hourly candles. So I know we're going to probably pull back when the hourly closes. So there's a very, very high chance that it's going to start coming back to my entry, and then I'm going to get a break even. So I'd rather close, take my positions off, and then I don't get annoyed or I don't have any emotions of the fact that, oh man, it's coming back down now. Okay, you take your money and you move on to the next one. When did you open the trade? At 7:38. And yeah, that was put into my Telegram group. You guys, if you guys want to join that, I'm not going to talk about it much, but it's very cheap, and yeah, we'll be back to scratch where I actually do full in-depth videos of each trade. So that was good. A nice another win for July over here. Again, I haven't been trading much through the summer months, but that is on purpose because summer months on average have just been a little bit slower. So let's just update the trades taken. This is GJ. It was only 10 pips, but it's again like this is what I try and, you know, make you guys think, right? You know, if you get 10 pips a day, it's a, you know, it's a small amount, right? And that's the minimum. But over a month, that's like 200 pips. So 200 pips, you know, if you're risking 4% per 100 pips, that's, you know, that's 8%. Huh? Yeah, whilst we watch this GJ now, let's just take a look at gold here. So, again, as we've discussed, there's no news today. Consumer credit, to be fair, but that's at 8 o'clock. 1 second. Nah, yeah. Sort it out, Kieran. Okay, so let's take a look then at Goldie. So daily candle obviously is closed quite bullish. You can see here we've closed. Have we even closed above here? No, we haven't. So we've closed right at res, which is 2392. But again, we've came from the lows. We've came from the massive demand over here. So in terms of the daily, I mean, yeah, if we start to break above 2392, you could potentially look to fill these wicks and maybe get up to Sorry, 2426, which is here. But you have to wait pretty nicely here. So I'm just going to put on my lines. I always put on my yellow lines for the dailies. Like here and here. So, let's just take a look at the 4-hour time frame, see what we're doing. Yeah, so through the last bit of last week, we were pushing quite heavily. And obviously due to, you know, the government for the UK changing as well, you know, all of this kind of will also help gold going up, right? Because it's a safe haven. They need the risk. It's a little bit scary. 1 second. Lee said, why didn't the resistance to the left matter? The resistance to the left matter. I don't know which one you're talking about, brother. You thinking maybe this one? Let's look at the 30. The main one was this 30-minute resistance. Yeah, you can maybe see there's some minor ones here. But again, all that was doing was retracing from the push. Whereas ours has got the rejection. We've pushed all the way down to here. Now, if you look in terms of how when we drive, can you see when we push up here, we always retest this level, then we drive. Even here, right, we come back down, retest, drive, back down, retest, drive. So if you look here, we came down, retest, and then we drive. And obviously the Serie play is the best position to do this. But also, this is quite clean. We look to the left-hand side, the resistance is here. Again, mirroring this zone. You know, worst case scenario here. Yeah, there's a minor res here, but that was when we were coming down. In terms of when we were pushing up bullish, you know, we just drive as long as it retests, which is what it did here with this wick. So, yeah. Just looking how prices, you know, has done it before with buys. What's the plan with GJ now? Yeah, I mean, it's came to the highest part. I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty done with GJ, to be honest, because again, you're at the highs. Like, it's just, I've been saying that for actually ages, to be fair, but yeah, wait for the retracements and then buy the supports. That's pretty much it. Same with gold as well, really. So let's take a look then at gold. So the 4-hour time frame. Looking at the 4-hour, we are, you know, respecting resistance here. You can see there is a lot of resistance here. And it's coming back down to 4-hour supports, which should be right around here. Maybe here, but also maybe a little bit further down here, right? Yeah, so let me just put one on here. So use a blue line for the 4-hour levels. So the reason why I've done it here is because, look, 4-hour, the bodies over here have resistance. Over here, it held support. Over here, held resistance. Over here was resistance as well. So realistically, you can see here when we rejected before, we went and tapped it. So, you know, looking like gold is probably going to go and react at these levels. Which is good because that means that the daily candle could be making the lower wick, retesting the previous zone to then maybe reflip. So, you know, I think if I got a Alohe on here, he'd probably look to be taking buys very shortly when it gets back down to 2370. But we can find that out soon because I can invite them on. I think Zoom is actually fixed now, which is fucking beautiful. So if I message the squad, we can finally get on. So let's see. So yeah, definitely looking to probably make, probably mirror something very similar to this, right? Wait for gold for the 4-hour to retrace, make some 4-hour support, and then continue bullish. That is something that would be very nice. So how would this look? How did it look before? Let's take a look over here. So I think it was this one here. Yeah, very, very quick bullish candle on the Asian session. But looks good. Let's take a look at the 30 to maybe... Yeah, we're right on it. Looks good. So I think it's got a while. I think it's got a little bit of a range to come to. Could you look at potentially taking the sells back down? I mean, I don't see why not. It is counter trend though, which is the only issue. But and there's also maybe 4-hour support there, which could be an issue. But in terms of getting into this trade, this is probably more of a Raja trade where you're kind of just looking at breaking a current support or resistance. Probably this candle here, so you can see the support there. When you get that closure below, retested, reflip, break the low, and then push to the support, which is probably there. So that was alright. How big was this? My 40 pips, fucking hell. Damn! 40 pipperoonies. Pippo, you go here. Huh? Hi. Hi. You're in the camera. Oh. And yeah. So yeah, we'll see when gold gets back down to 2370, but I think that's going to be the next play. Okay. But you can't just take a buy, right? You got to wait for support to form. And that is the only way. And currently, you know, the daily as well didn't close above this resistance, so we could do, you know, look at this candle. What happened here? We just rejected hard. So have to see. The weekly candle's obviously just opened. It has to make a lower wick, so that's good. But we'll see how far it needs to push down. But yeah, in terms of like trading GJ and gold, GJ I'll use like a full lot for that, like a full percentage lot, but gold is half because the stops are much bigger. They'll be much bigger for a while now. Let's check something. There we go. But yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much the morning already. But it's only 8 o'clock. We've still got like an hour left. Recently been focusing just on London session instead of NY. Mainly for the fact NY session will have so much news. I mean, today we're alright Monday, but everything else, I feel you spend so much time looking at NY, and actually a lot of it is a bunch of jargon and normally just moves with the news. So I've kind of left it now and I just sit on London. London always has some reasonable volume. When it doesn't, you just sit back and relax. Where are you, brother? Missing you a lot. Yeah, man, we're back in business now. Don't worry about this. This will be the standard now. Normally I have Wednesday off though because I have to go into office, but we'll do what we can. So that was good, man. Glad we closed there. Pretty solid. Because I knew that 15-minute was going to pull back, and that's why I was a little bit cautious with it. Wanted that last little push, and we got it, so that was great. Oh my god, GJ just reflipped. Salary play, break of the high, potentially to fill this. That could be nice, but again, the zone is maybe a little bit too small for it. To go 7 pips. Welcome back, my man. Oh, thank you, my brother. Yeah, we've been just chilling in the summers. been working on other businesses as well. To be fair, I've been grafting a little bit with some of my boys. But yeah, I got some little startups coming, which are in full-fledged now. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the what I've realized is, I do enjoy and I still love the trading. I do enjoy it, but I don't like doing it all day, bro. Like the all day is not. I feel for me. So there we go. If you took the break of the high, well done. So this one here I was discussing there. I'll just go break even now, and then if it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, you've got a free trade. But yeah, and just notice, like, I'll just be a bit more, like, just bored, bro. Like, looking at a chart all day is fucking boring. So yeah, I've picked up some new skills, and the diary is full of other shite now. So yeah. So if you took that GJ buy, good stuff. But again, you can't be taking any buys anymore because where are you at? You're at the res. So the reason why I didn't probably go for this break of the high here is because I know that this zone to the res is what, like 6 pips. Sorry, let me just reduce this because this is a big fat line. Let's just do this. Okay, this will show you now. So if you look here, look at the left hand side. This is where I base it off. Look, prices came up before, and where does it have trouble? Well, here's pretty obvious, right? Why? Well, we reject it there, resistance here, resistance there, a fake out there. So there's a very, very high probability that I'm going to get a resistance there. Okay, so if I know that, if I take the buy here, in terms of making money, it's going to be a little bit harder. It's probably going to reject off that, and it did, and it came back to entry. So that's why I just avoid it. So yeah, has gold got there yet? Nope, but it's still going. It's looking like it's gonna continue again. Yeah, wow. Did anyone get hit out on this news on Friday? Damn, that would have ruined some news traders over there. Is this Manara? What the hell is that, brother? Manara? What the hell? Oh, is he gonna break it now? So in terms of what you'd want later on, well, there's obviously another resistance here, but you'd probably want it to close above there. And then you're gonna have to look at above 25 pips, to be fair, to this next level. So that would be the next kind of zone you'd want to look for. And how does this look with the daily? Yeah, I mean, the daily's looking good because the daily candle is it's made its low wick near support, and now it's got a nice wick to fill. Can you see? And wicks like to get filled. So that does look good for later on. And obviously, in terms of my entry, you could be like, Max, if you held this now, you'd have got more pips. But man, I'd much rather not take drawdown. You know what I mean? Like try and like keep your cash out. Like imagine just getting some cash out of the bank, right? And you're just holding it in your hand. If you're a business, you'd much rather you keep all of your cash, and yeah, you get some money, and maybe not a larger amount, but the risk is off the table. Whereas if you start, risking a little bit more, and you start losing a bit of money, it's not gonna make your life easier, right? The stress creeps in, and realistically, as a trader, you want to get to the point where it's not stressful. It's a bot generated website provides you with signals. All you have to do is check confirmations. What the hell? Selling Euro NZD. Why does everyone... To be fair, Euro NZD is actually not a bad one, but it is interesting why people pick those charts. Like, why do you pick Euro NZD? I find it interesting. How do you pick it? The reason why I picked these is because I learned off someone who did this. Mr. Roger Banks, and Ted was only GJ and Goldie. GJ and Goldie. Someone living GJ still? Yes, Andrea. You got to love it. You got to love it. To be fair, I'm actually just loving London session, to be honest. I'm enjoying it much more. Yeah, how did London happen here? This is a nice low work at 8 o'clock there. Did that just come straight out at 8 o'clock? Yeah. Was that on Friday? Was there any news on Friday? Let's take a look. Not really. Not really. Looking like this goal is just not wanting to flip this candle. It's been 12 minutes. It's been, yeah, even on the 30 minutes, it's been 12 minutes. It's still not wanting to flip. I still think I mean, if you look to the left hand side, look at all these wicks. It should realistically get to here. So that's still 50 pips away. Because you can see when we come down here, we reject there, the wicks. We reject there with the wicks here. So it definitely still has some more room to push down. But again, you know, as I say, you know, if you want to keep on the safe side of it, don't be looking for sales, because it is just the daily making of the lower wick. So you can see here, yeah, we go tap down 74, and you can go counter trend, and I think a lot of people do go for it. You just got to kind of plan it well, and obviously your stop loss is not going to be as large as maybe a current trend, because it's probably not going to hold if it rejects. So for this example here, if this re-breaks the low there, you probably have stop loss there. Still 56 pips, still quite big. To get to that line would be 26. Yeah, not the largest. Are you gonna buy? No, I took a buy already on GJ. I'm already out, so I'll take this off. But yeah, that came from the fact that this 30-minute candle, you know, we closed above this resistance. We had a little bit of minus here, but I didn't really mind. I looked at the buys, and every single time, as long as you get the rejection, you drive. And we got that here, so the volume's got to go somewhere. Yeah, you can see here as well, the hourly closed above as well, this resistance. So, and a nice rejection wick. Did that happen straight away? Did that happen right at... yeah, right at 7 o'clock. So we've got an hour and 46 minutes left for the 4 hour. But again, as I say, I think support formings is what you got to find on gold here. And that is probably what I'll look for towards the middle of this this day. I'll look to find some support forming on gold. Let me ask in the chat where they're looking for. Elohe. I think you'll say around here. big is this daily candle? 44. So halfway point is there. Yeah, right at those levels. So we'll see. Gold is on sale right now. Yeah, not for long, I'll tell you that. I don't think for very long. It'll do something like this. I've got a feeling. Because look, even this. Look at this. Look at this. It's the same. We drive up, we have resistance. We drive up, we have resistance. Come down, make support. Boom. Come down, make support. Boom. So hopefully we could do the same there. But that is very similar price action. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see the left hand side. There we go. I'm talking about this bit here. With the rejection wick, just like this rejection wick here. And then we drive, retest, make support, push. Make support, push. So hopefully that's the same. I'll still be interested in it until it hits like 12:30 and then I'm done. Can't be asked for NY anymore. There'll literally be a setup that's like, yeah, this looks good. I've been waiting for this for hours, and then you look at news and it's 20 minutes until news, great. And then the news will always rinse the zone that you want. It's like, oh, bro, what a waste of time. What the fuck is he talking about? So yeah, we'll see here. Hopefully, I mean, this hourly's still got 42 minutes left. This could be the top wick to then reflip and then drive. So you'll have to see there. In a good short. On what pair, Blair? On what pair, Blair? It's a bit of a rhyme. Took sales on gold. Out now. Already not a fan of Monday morning volume, but let's see. Go down to 2368. Yeah. Hey, max 30 to out 1 hour sales look alright at previous lows, but now it reversed on the 15. Is that just an unlucky pure trade? Thoughts? Is this on gold, bruh? I think our sales look alright at previous lows. Yeah, I mean, again, I think you could be. I mean, again, where's your stop, right? Where's your stop? I think the one issue is, look at the 15. Can you see the 15 didn't close below? It closed right at this support and this res. So I think if you just waited for it to close maybe a little bit lower than the wicks, you're fine. But it depends where your stop is. Your stop shouldn't be hit yet. I think. Yeah, you got 42 minutes left. It's just making the top wick. And to be honest with you, if this does reflip, I'm probably going to look to sell back down to 73. So I'll probably join with you. But you'll have to see. The Seru play here would be nice. So something that looks. I doubt it'll do that though, to be honest. But something like this and breaks the low there. Hey, that would be good. That would be sweet. So 50-minute candle close on GJ. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just respecting this res, right? That I said before. So if you're looking for any other opportunities, you've got to wait for it to close above 206120. What's a good stop loss? Well, that is a great question. What is a good stop loss? Well, I mean, it depends on... A good stop loss, is that a stop loss that's tight? Is that a stop loss that doesn't get hit? Is that a stop loss that, you know, you don't lose a lot of money on? I don't know. What is a good stop? A stop is somewhere that it's a reasonable place to get out of a position because of key issues. A stop shouldn't be based on a previous candle low. It should be a zone, and that's what I've learned to change. Because when we started trading, it was like a previous candle could just be 10 pips, but man, you're not getting that anymore. You need zones. You need a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, a stop is a stop that it makes you get out of a trade when things aren't looking good. There's some daily support where we just tapped on gold. Can take its time. It's pretty dead now. Yeah, I mean, is this one here, Andrea? Here. Yeah. Exactly, right here. So we did tap into that support there, 76, you can see. Yep. So it's got 8 minutes left to see if it closes back above that Asian session. But I think yeah, I think those buys later on are going to be good, man. At least back up to, you know, 23.90, which is like 100 bits from now. Like, how many times do we reject here and then continue? It's quite a lot. To retest the daily basic after the break on Friday. Yeah. Yeah. Trading that daily didn't close above here though. That would have been very nice to get in. But it's good that the monthly candle has broke the previous monthly high, but not the low yet. So we should really fill these wicks at some point, which would be good. Yeah, much higher now. Wow. I remember when we hit this level 2071, we're like, oh my god. Yeah, I do have quite a lot of holdings in gold as well, just for stocks. Not obviously stocks, but you know, my kind of portfolio do have quite a lot of gold in it. It's quite a good risk. Because if you buy loads of gold and your stocks go down, then you know it saves you, it kind of hedges your risk. And also if your stocks go up and your gold goes down, you know, it'll reduce a little bit, but it always keeps you the safety, boy. Always keeps the safety. I've got that Nvidia as well. That Nvidia stock is wild, bro. I found that wild as well. Like all of their employees, like they've got an issue. Their company's so good that all of their stock options are making them want to just retire because they're all millionaires. All their stock options are like ridiculous. And like, bro, I don't need to work anymore. They're like, shit, we need to keep the staff. That's wild. We buying, mate? Well, I'm gold. I don't know yet, brother. I gotta wait for more. Especially the fact, look, this 50-minute time frame. Yeah, I mean, you know, we came bullish, but I think it's gonna be a while. Even if you look at previous candles when we push up, look how many candles we have to wait first after. You know, I mean, it's very unlikely we're gonna go flip this 4 hour at the moment. I think we've got to wait. It'll still have to come down a little bit further, I have a feeling. CPI going to set a nice direction, hopefully, for the month. Yeah. What day is that on? Thursday. Yeah. We got GDP as well for pound. 0.2% growth. Wow. That's expected as well. Previous is 0. Nice. Doing so well. Yeah, more news again. I don't know, maybe I'm just like tweaking, but I swear that back in the day there wasn't as much news. No. But yeah, I bet you right now there's been a lot of people that haven't taken sells in a long time, bro. I know a lot of people in our group haven't taken sells in a while, which is good because everything's bullish, right? But you can see through the course of this, I mean, for quite a long time. I mean, especially GJ. GJ has been bullish all year, really. Yeah, apart from like maybe the retracements, but still, like, it's always bullish. We took buys pretty much every single day in May there. It was great. And yeah, just very, very, very bullish. In terms of how it moved, though, I think it was a little bit harder in a lot of them. Yeah, I mean... yeah, not the easiest. What I mean by that is when we like, you know, break the highs of previous, it can be a little bit not the cleanest move. You can see we never really drive. Interessante. So this 30 minutes closing in 2 minutes time. If it closes above this Asian, it's going to be interesting. Maybe a lower wick and then a reflip. But again, I'm not really too bothered about the gold deal yet. I'm probably just going to wait. If it does get down to 370, then yeah, I'll wait until we get some support. But if it comes towards 1:30 or 2 o'clock, I'll just leave it for tomorrow. I'm going to really focus back on the, you know, taking the one win of the day and then just dipping, boy. Doing something else in the time. I would not spend all day trading, bro. It shit gets boring, bro. Get your stuff and dip, boy. Make sure to always learn other pieces of just knowledge, bro. Just anything. Don't just sit trading all day, bro. Right. Take your money and dip. Right. The smaller amount of time, the better, bro. Even for me as well. I mean, to be fair, I've done that always, but even the money in my account, bro, I take that shit out as quick as possible and whack it into assets. The portfolio is actually booming now, which is good. But I'd always recommend that, guys. Like, I think especially when like once you've had a time where maybe the trading's been slower, you kind of depend on the assets, which is good. Gets you dependent on the assets, which is not a bad thing at all. But I think that's a big thing, you know. Always make sure to take money out of your account. There's no point, you know, you could run up an account from 10k to 100k and then lose it all. But, you know, through that time, you would have thought that you were worth 100k. It's like, bruh, you didn't even press sell. You didn't even withdraw. If it doesn't hit your bank, it ain't yours. I've got 3k my personal. Is risking 2 to 3% too much? I mean, again, it just depends. It's a personal question, right? Yeah, it depends. You know, do you, in terms of like, you know, how much you're risking? Is that fine? Are you happy with that? Is that enough money? Is it if? But also, like your win rate, if you, you know, if you're taking if you've got a 40% win rate or a 30% win rate, and you're risking 2 to 3%, then there's a very high chance you're going to be in like 10% drawdown and like 15% drawdown quite easily if you've got a low win rate. So that's why I always say, like, if I've got a high win rate, I can risk a bit more because, again, like, you've got a high win rate. The issue, like, with a lower win rate for me is, yeah, once you've taken 3 or 4 losses in a row, man, like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a vibe. I'd rather just take winners. I'd rather. What do you think of my? Oh my god! Get this bot off. How do I get this bot off? Mute. There you go. So Goldie now, obviously the 3-minute candle closed. Didn't close above. 15-minute rejected as well. Interesting. So look, the hourly's made the top wick now. This is gonna be an interesting one. Nice clean candles here though. Very good. Very good. But yeah, I don't think 2 to 3% isn't bad. Again, it's just how much is your win rate? If your win rate's low, then bruh, it's not going to be the best. Okay, so there's GJ coming back up to the resistance here, 206. Again, later on, if you get closures above, that'll be pretty cool. Again, though, like, just looking at previous candles here, even if you get the closure above or you get the push up, you still need to retrace. Can you see here? So you'd probably want a candle from here to push down here, make support, and then drive, and maybe try and buy here with stop loss there. Okay, just makes it easier because you get the whole move. It means you can get TP1 there, and then the runner can do the dirty work, which can be sometimes hard when you're breaking into new zones. So yeah. Doo-doo-doo. So yeah, Goldie's in an interesting position here. I just think it's maybe a little bit premature for the buys, I'm not gonna lie. But I could be wrong. The 4 hour has touched 77, but I just think the pullback has to be a little bit further back down to 73. I think. Thank you all for liking and subscribing on TikTok as well, and also back on YouTube. These will be regular occurrences now. I just had time off because, again, I don't depend on the trading. I've got my other stuff going on. I do it when I enjoy it. But But yeah, a good trade this morning. And last week we didn't take too many trades, but last week we also took a winning trade. We took, I think it was quite a reasonable amount of pips actually on that gold, wasn't it? Yeah, close to 20 pips, not bad. And then I closed another one for like 30 pips. That was on the 28th of June. So yeah, it's been three consecutive winners, which is nice. There's the rejection, can you see? So always just look at the left hand side. It'll show you where you're going to probably get some sort of rejection. You can see here we've had it before, so it's very likely this time it's also going to have an issue. So knowing this should logically be where you take positions off, right? If you actually look at the trade taken today, my TP was 206.102, so it was at that level, but I decided to close a little bit earlier because, again, what I discussed before, the 15-minute had no lower wick, the hourly was about to close, and the hourly always makes a lower wick. But that comes from just being in the oh shit, why did I delete that? Being in the markets for a long time, right? If you're new and you're like, oh man, I held that and I took break even, that's just from not being in the markets long enough. You normally know when an hourly candle closes, you're gonna get a pullback. You're gonna get a retracement in whatever direction it's been pushing in. It'll go the inverse for a while. It's normally the case. So if that's the case, and you know it's going to happen, then you either got to decide, right, I'm just going to hit the break even and be fine with it, or I'm going to close some positions. And with that decision, you've got to stick with it, and then you've got to know you're going to be happy with it. Even if you close positions and you make 4 pips, if that makes you happy and the break even would not, then do that. Stay disciplined with that. But one thing you shouldn't be doing is, going break even, and then when it starts to come near your break even, you then drag your stop back to where it was. It's like you're contradicting yourself. Trading, what I've learned is it's all about being true to yourself and the discipline aspect of it. If you tell yourself you're going to be doing something, don't just discredit that. Okay? If you start lying to yourself, then you're gonna be in a tough place. So if you say to yourself, I'm going to close 80% when it touches this level, and when it hits that level you don't, it's like, as long as you've got a valid excuse for something different, fair dues. But if you're just kind of winging it, you need to trust your analysis, and when you write on what you're going to be doing, you got to stick to it, man. Because when it's the opposite way, when you're taking a losing trade and you keep on dragging your stop, or you take another buy even though you're already in a bad buy, and you're trying to over risk, it just ends up in one place, and that's just a blown account. So just chill out. And yeah, just focus on taking your, as I said before, if you take 10 pips, on average every single day, okay, that's 200 pips a month because you have 20 trading days. Let's just say you start on a 0.01. Okay, so every single day you make what? How much is that? Like 70p. You make 70p times by 200. You make £14 a month. Okay, but then the next month you can add on a little bit more. You can maybe do 0.02, and then the best part of it is every single month, if you keep that up, and actually another thing as well, which I'll discuss in a second. But let's just continue this. So let's just say now you're on a 0.1. Okay, now you're risking £7 per trade. So let's just say you get the 200 pip mark again. That's £140 a month. But that change of difference is only came from the lot sizes, not your trading. And then again, you go to a 1 lot. And then a 1 lot, 200 pips is, 1,400. And you're like, damn, that's more than my other job. But you still keep on, focusing. And you get to a 10 lot, and then it's 14 grand, and then you're in out of space. But one thing I'm going to focus on actually recently is, taking my trades, taking some money out of the market. But once I hit that 200 pip mark in the month, I'm going to be a bit more risky with it. Not risky with it, but in terms of, let's just say today, I made 200 pips. This month I made 200 pips. The trades after that, I'm going to more likely go break even and just hold until TP, like the larger TP. Because then I've got nothing to lose. I've already made my money in the month. And therefore, there's a very high chance, you don't mind taking loads of break-even trades, but also when they hit, you can really extend that quite rapidly. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on doing. Is a gold a sell right now? You tell me, brother. It's rejected 2380. It's come back down. If it breaks that low, you got a good chance of getting to 74. So can you see now the hourly's made the top wick? It's rejected the support. So what you want to see now is the drive to 73, 74. But I think the only way to get into it is if you break that low. It'll be a 46 pip stop, and you could maybe get 60 pips out of it. Yeah, I'm probably going to get into this if we break that low. What time is it? Yeah, I got 15. We'll see. I'm going to watch it a little bit longer. But that's great rejection as well. And again, in terms of the buys, I do think we need to come a little bit further. So it is counter trend, but I think I can take a good 40, 30 pips out of it. Do you think that goal will try and take out the news influence? I have no idea what you mean, brother. Wonder if someone got in on that reflip there after that top wick. That would have been nice. If I got in there, yeah, I mean, I would be break even now. And just running it back down to the low. The news from last week, I mean, the sun moved to the upside. Do you think it's will take out the news influence? I mean, it's not a bad shout. Again, who knows? You gotta wait for candles. I think once we're still above 2369, then we're still bullish, man. It's just retracing, right? We know that candles, all we do is we make highs, we retrace, we push. We make highs, we retrace, we push. Until you break really this low, then we're just retracing from a big push, that's all. That's what I see anyway. Check GJ. Yeah, looking good for the buys. I'm done with GJ though. This morning I took my money. I'm done. I took my money. Got this coffee and it's absolutely unreal from that TikToker. I don't know what his name is, but he recommended it and it is proper nice. It means I don't have any milk anymore. Also got lion's mane extract on it. That makes me locked in. I'm locked in, boys. Can you analyze GA, please? I did at the start, but all you gotta know is we're bullish. We're at resistance. You've got to wait until we close below, above, and then potentially make lower wicks. Yeah. In terms of the daily, this daily should fill this wick now, so it's only 20 pips away, really. To be fair. Again, the only issue you have is that, you know, how far have you gone bullish without a retracement? Well, this was the last retracement. This is pushed up. So, you know, waiting for a pullback could help. But again, we could just fly. And if you look from the previous candle, yeah, I mean, once we get past this wick, we do drive pretty quickly. So you kind of just got to time it. You got to wait for the low wicks. I mean, stop loss if you wanted to get in here would probably still be down there. I think it's 35 pip stop for a, what, 20 pip gain or something. Yeah, it's all right, but it's not the best. Obviously, you got 30 minutes left for the hourly. You expect probably the hourly to retrace. That's where you probably have to wait for. Time frames. So the time frames are here. It's the number there. So this is 30 minutes. This is hourly. Okay. What do you think of gold? Well, I think it's going to come down to this hourly closure to see if we need to retrace a little bit further. We have rejected, though. We've still rejected our previous Asian low. But again, as I say, rushing into sales and gold is never going to be a good thing after such a big push of bullish moves. You know it's going to make support at some point. And you don't want to be in the end of that with sells, I tell you that. But yeah, we'll be here tomorrow morning as well. Riding early, probably 7 AM. Is there news tomorrow? I think there was. No. So yeah, tomorrow will be good. So again, today I took this trade here. The seller played the break of the high, stop loss below, and I took my positions here. Now look, we've pushed up further, right? We've flown up further, but I didn't take drawdown. Okay, my candle would have got stopped out of break even. I took it at the nearest resistance, so I'm happy with it. Never get upset about holding a position or not. In terms of where you wanted to close. I wanted to close here, so I'm good. We're at psychological level 206. The hourly was closed in, 15 minute had no bottom wick. So there was reasons to close there. Okay? This extra push is great for other people to get in, but it's not my move, so I don't care. And again, focus on yourself, focus on your trades. Remember, everyone will be like, oh, Max, or whoever you are, you should have held that. What a bad trade. You should have held that and you would have got, whatever. But again, once you start seeing the figures of how much money you're making in a month, they'll be like, what? How did you make £7,000 this month trading? How did you make 10 grand this month? How did you make £500 this month? Then they'll start to be asking questions. So everyone's always quick to discredit people's strategies, but realistically, they're all just gullible. And you need to remember, 90% of people in this world are pretty dumb. So you gotta take that with a pinch of salt. So yeah, I'm gonna wait out. I'm gonna watch it maybe for the next couple hours and maybe some more trades taken. But if not, I'll be coming back tomorrow and then I'll be taking my 10 pips again and I'll be going and doing the rest of my day. Already did cardio this morning. Feeling good. Make sure to get your health and the wealth up. If you're still at the top, then how much profit will that be made? Depends on how much risk you put on, brother. But yeah, I'm going to head off over here, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Same place, same time. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Stay safe. Looking like GJ is rejecting here. Maybe looking for a pullback before then we push into the upside later on. And Goldie here is looking like it's struggling for the sells. Okay, it's looking like it's starting to hold. You can see the 15 he is holding. You know, potentially if you're looking to take buys, then the break of that high would be interesting with stop loss below here. That could be an interesting play for later on. Have to see. But yeah, if you guys do want to access the trade signals and also the breakdown for the trades, just make sure to go check out that link in bio. And yeah, we'll see you guys there. So thank you so much for coming on, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Back in business. Adios, amigos.